Minor attracted person, minor peoples, whatever. In my definition, that's called a pedophile. And I'm going to take kind of a probably uncommon approach with this one, with what I'm about to say next, but I guess you can't help who you're attracted to, as disgusting as that is. If you are, you know, attracted to children, that's as repulsive as it is and as sickening as it is. I mean, I guess you can't help that, like, your body tells you kind of what you like. So there's that, but to boast about, not but like to say like, hey, I'm a minor attracted person, it's like, well, that's, I mean, what world are we living in where we can actually come out, and yeah, it's free speech, but like, okay, fine, you want to come out and say you're a minor attracted person, but it's like, I saw this thing on Facebook, and it was, oh, you're a minor attracted person, okay, well, I'm just gonna, identify burying bodies as gardening. Yeah, and I agree with that. I don't know where I stand on the death penalty and stuff for a lot of things, but when it comes to hurting children, 100%, just, take it off at the head. So now we're at this point in the world where we're celebrating, or at the very least, we're supposed to empathize with these people who are opening up and saying they're pedophiles, but in a different way to where it sounds more PC. Like, and I consider myself to be fairly liberal on a lot of things, and people that know me, the stuff I post, they would agree. And some of the things I might be are a little controversial, whatever. But I mean, it's one thing if you're like, we want to teach acceptance, and so drag queen story hour. I don't really know where I stand on that one, but I know the kids aren't being hurt by having books read to them. But we're talking minor attracted people now. We're talking pedophiles with a new name. And, you know, one of my favorite shows, and we're not talking that long ago, To Catch a Predator, was all about these people getting busted trying to have sex with children. And we are not even there anymore. Like, I don't know if, you know, the show got canceled initially because some dude killed himself because he got caught. And I'm like, so? So where are we? Like, so then the show gets canceled. Where are we in the world where these things are happening right in front of us, and we're not even, like, not all of us. I mean, people like me and people that are going to agree with this, obviously, but like where people are, oh, it must be so hard to blah, blah, blah. You know, the film Nymphomaniac by Lars von Trier at the very end talks about, Charlotte Gainsbourg says something along the lines of, the pedophile who lives his or her whole life, and with that urge and never acts on it should be given a medal. I don't know if I'd go that far, but I definitely see the sentiment, because it's like, if how hard would that be to deal with a sexual desire that, like, I'm not just morally wrong, like as in adultery or whatever like that, but like legally wrong. It's just wrong. And how are we now at the point where this is a thing that we're talking about, because we're going to try to indoctrinate it into the children that are going to be the targets and victims of this whole thing, and we're supposed to accept it. I accept a lot of things, man. I'm cool with a lot of stuff that has been pushed agenda wise lately and all that, and you're not, you know for a lot of people that I know, it's very, you know crazy, not crazy, but like, it's a little over the top of the things that I'm willing to put up with, and that's fine. If they want to think that, that's cool. But not only are you way over the line and over the top if you believe in this shit, you're the problem. You're a danger, and we should be able to, you know, we should call you out on it. I mean, I guess is kind of where I am with it, because it's absolutely disgusting that these people are coming out now, and we're putting on this mask of what pedophilia is. And now it's, oh, you're not a pedophile, you're a minor attracted person. And where do we go from here? I mean, that is one of the most dangerous things I've heard in a long time when it comes to, the things that agenda wise are trying to be pushed at us and all of that. So what's next? I mean, we're basically saying, hypothetically, if this is the new world that we're in, and minor attracted people are no longer pedophiles, it's a sexual orientation that, whatever. It's what's next? I mean, is it like rape is just I like it rough? That's my excuse. You're not really a rapist, you just like it rough. And Bill Maher says it, and I've repeated it all the time because it's the truth. When you're when the headline of what you're doing sounds like a headline in The Onion, stop doing that. And we are well past the point of stop doing that. This is no longer an Onion headline. This is just repulsive and sick. And I don't understand how people are and I know that it's probably still just a small area of the country or world or whatever it may be, but I mean, these movements grow and grow and grow. And like I said, I stand for a lot of them, that most people would consider agenda pushing. I'm okay with a lot of it, but this is, I don't know how you're okay with this unless you're a pedophile. And I mean, you're not a minor attracted person, you're a pedophile. And I'm I'm really trying to be calm on this one, like as far as not yelling and stuff, but I just don't get it. I don't understand how, and it may not be a majority. It may just be the silent, not the silent majority, but it may just be like the quiet minority that is finally speaking up or whatever. Like a bunch of pervs got together and were just like, "Yeah, I feel that way too, man. Yeah, yeah, it's pretty crazy, isn't it?" And but instead of, I'll put it like this: if I'm ever on a talk show or whatever, and because you see it all the time, and people get called out for what is it, dead naming transgender people, um, and I'm not the kind to do that, but if I'm ever on some form of whatever it may be, talk show, whatever, and I get called out because I called a pedophile instead of a minor attracted person, you better believe I'm gonna freak out. I mean, there's there's morally wrong and there's like shades of gray. This is absolute just black, bad, disgusting, fuck you. And anyway, I'm going to try to keep it zen, so I'll leave it at that. Obviously, you know where I stand at this point. I'm just wondering why we are. I mean, what is this? What is this? What freaking utopian, you know, bizarre. I don't even know. I understand, like in 1984, the book there, it's like the totalitarian government and everything, and we don't want that. I get that. But this is going the complete opposite, and that's the thing that people forget about anarchy. I used to forget about this, when I was younger and I was a, anarchist. When you have total anarchy, that means no rules, which means this shit is completely legal, and everyone is just going to be like, oh yeah, well that's their thing, that's what they like. Disgusting. Disgusting is the only thing I can say. Disgusting and sickening. But anyway, that's just another journal thought. Take it easy.